1 moment earlier, England trembled at its foundation by an action none anticipated. Monarch Charles directly confronted Premier Keir Starmer and consequences immediately fractured leadership. Broadcast nationwide, the sovereign delivered fierce unmistakable condemnation, leaving Starmer disgraced, Labour imploding, entire establishment scrambling desperately. This wasn't governance routine, it became outright constitutional shock capable of ending Starmer's trajectory while igniting greatest turmoil England encountered within modern history. Events unfolded instantly. Cameras captured everything, citizens observed, and Charles shattered centuries-long regal restraint through one lethal gesture. Generations rulers avoided entanglement, cautious never sullying themselves. Yet today convention disintegrated. With one razor remark, Charles crushed Starmer's credibility into filth while unleashing tremors across Parliament. Phrases still linger oppressively. The Premier neglects truth, duty toward crown equals duty toward populace. Legislature cannot command monarchy, monarchy preserves realm. 12 measured intentional turns struck thunderously. No yelling, no tirade, solely icy regal accuracy unveiling Starmer's hubris for nationwide view. Reaction within Westminster became instant bedlam. Lawmakers gasped, ministers froze stunned. An observer portrayed the instant resembling watching sovereign remove gloves and smash Premier upon jaw, exactly how perception landed. Monarch didn't merely differ with Starmer, he disgraced him, dismantled authority, and reminded globe monarchy isn't symbolic puppet but enduring spine of England's character. Starmer's companions were horrified. One cabinet informant reported Labour legislators sat statue-like while sovereign's message reverberated inside chamber. Recognition came immediately, something ruptured. Within society where reverence toward crown remains profound, overt collision between monarch and premier equals political self-destruction. Britain's leader had been publicly chastised live by sovereign without recovery possible. Within moments, devices throughout Westminster illuminated. Reporters messaged editors, lawmakers murmured aides, networks erupted wildly. Clips showing Charles issuing razor condemnation started spreading across Twitter, TikTok, Facebook with headlines including King destroys Starmer, Charles ends Starmer within 10 seconds, Crown retaliates. Velocity displayed vulnerability of Starmer's position. Ordinary citizens once tolerating hubris suddenly erupted furious. Tags such as hashtag support monarch and hashtag remove Starmer rocketed straight onto trending rankings within 60 minutes. Even Labour's grassroots faithful refused, overlooking the embarrassment, many publishing stunned remarks. Did our premier just suffer destruction by sovereign during live broadcast? Then arrived the crushing strike, polling. Rapid instant surveys conducted through YouGov already revealed disastrous outlooks. Overnight, Labour popularity collapsed double figures. Nearly 70% of participants declared trust in sovereign's remarks above premier's. With one gesture, Charles muted Starmer while tearing foundations beneath entire Labour organization. However, most alarming portion wasn't what Charles articulated, but what remained unsaid. Sovereign avoided shouting, hurled no slurs. Instead, he highlighted vanity plus overreach of premier forgetting limits. That restraint, that composed presentation, proves deadlier than any partisan barrage. Specialists describe it as regal masterclass of annihilation. It functions perfectly. Every moment slipping past leaves Starmer diminished, shaken, vulnerable. Inside headquarters, Labour machinery descended into total frenzy. Advisors reportedly screaming amongst themselves. Legislators demanding urgent sessions while senior ministers already maneuvering positions ahead of consequences. An insider disclosed half leadership doubts Starmer's endurance. Discussion no longer revolves around if collapse occurs, but inevitable timing. Meanwhile, sovereign retreated behind silence, silence echoing like thunder. He requires no additional phrase. Wreckage completed. Starmer stands disgraced before Britain's most unifying emblem. Now administration totters precariously near collapse. When Charles unleashed strike, fissures through Downing Street burst violently. What began whispers inside Westminster erupted into blatant rebellion. Starmer, notorious already for fiery temper behind curtains, erupted upon colleagues in what informants now label worst breakdown witnessed from reigning premier. Eyewitnesses depicted spectacle as absolute bedlam. Starmer stormed urgent cabinet session, slamming door violently enough to shake panes. Flushed, pacing resembling trapped beast, he barked demands for loyalty against supposed regal ambush. Yet instead of rallying, colleagues returned stares of silence, silence louder than outright mutiny. For first occasion since assuming command, Keir Starmer grasped utter isolation. According to numerous accounts, Starmer roared, "If Charles intends disgracing me publicly, I'll reveal consequences." Monarchy lacks authority governing Britain. Legislature rules. Chamber reportedly descended utterly mute. Even staunchest allies realized instantly those declarations transgressed unforgivable boundary no premier must cross. One cabinet member later informed reporters, it resembled watching him enact political self-execution instantly. Within hours, leaks gushed uncontrollably from Downing Street like vessel sinking. Journalists received second-by-second transcripts detailing Premier's tirade, quotations mocking monarchy, raging against centuries of heritage, vowing retaliation repeatedly. Should Starmer imagine turmoil confined within Westminster, assumption proved catastrophically wrong. True tempest isn't inside legislature. It rages along streets and across digital arena. Britain's citizens, incensed and unified defending sovereign, unleashed outrage unseen within this generation. Within hours following Charles's televised condemnation, nation ignited. Ordinary Britons from Liverpool through Leeds, London through Glasgow, stormed social channels amid patriotic fury. Tags including #ProtectCrown, #Starmer resign immediately, #SupportMonarch surged atop worldwide trends. Twitter erupted like virtual insurrection, participants launching countless posts, branding Starmer traitorous. TikTok detonated with parodies depicting him beneath guillotine, or transformed into buffoon kneeling before Charles. Certain snippets amassed enormous views within mere hours. However, this wasn't mere digital chatter. Throughout England, demonstrations ignited unexpectedly. Beyond Buckingham Palace, masses assembled waving Union banners, chanting God Save Sovereign while jeering Starmer's identity. Inside Manchester, throngs paraded across centre streets with placards proclaiming "Not my Premier" and "Crown over clowns." Accounts emerged of Labour branch offices besieged by enraged constituents demanding explanations. For first occasion in decades, monarchy emerged symbolic rally cry among everyday population, and Starmer embodied adversary they intend toppling. Statistics appear astounding. Urgent YouGov survey revealed 73% citizens believing Starmer exceeded limits confronting monarchy. Labour's national popularity rating plunged from 42% toward 25% within 7 days, an unparalleled nosedive. Within historical Labour heartlands, retaliation appeared harsher. In Northeast, 7 among 10 Labour backers informed pollsters distrust regarding Starmer respecting customs. Consider implications. Core of Labour's foundation openly revolting against leadership do reckless battle targeting sovereign. Subsequently arrived viral revelation twisting dagger deeper. Margaret Thompson, 68-year-old retired educator hailing Liverpool, filmed TikTok inside lounge. Her statement struck like mallet. "I supported Labour entire existence, through Thatcher, through Blair, enduring every storm. Yet attacking our sovereign, that isn't Britain, that isn't Labour, that's treachery." That footage surpassed 5 million viewings, circulated widely across Facebook communities, cited repeatedly by mainstream newspapers. One ordinary woman speaking truthfully transformed into emblem of national uprising opposing Starmer. Meanwhile, journalism indulges. Tabloids proved ruthless. The Sun shouted off with his head, whereas Daily Mail thundered Starmer's royal treason. Even traditionally sympathetic outlets including Guardian couldn't shield him, publishing banner reports declaring constitutional turmoil and questioning whether Starmer dismantled administration himself. Press revolted, storyline cemented, every headline hammered additional nail within political coffin. Nevertheless, outrage extended beyond newspapers. Television commentators and late-night entertainers joined chorus also. During live programming, personalities mocked Starmer's conceit. One analyst joked, "It requires extraordinary stupidity challenging Crown." Starmer may descend historically as figure demonstrating monarchy retains relevance. Spectators erupted applauding. Across mediums, print, broadcast, online, sentiment remains unambiguous. England aligned behind sovereign, while Starmer emerged antagonist of narrative. Even Labour's staunch supporters deserted instantly. Small-scale donors withdrew contributions, constituency leaders resigned, local Labour organisations issued public denunciations targeting Premier. Collapse spread upward, unstoppable hemorrhaging Starmer proved powerless halting. One Birmingham councillor frankly informed correspondents, "We cannot canvass defending situation." Residents spit fury, they abandoned him. Meanwhile, Britain blazes, Starmer conceals. No speeches, no marches, no command. He has withdrawn behind the gates of Downing Street, releasing feeble press notes through aides that only render him more timid. Each passing hour of silence makes him appear smaller, frilier, more irrelevant. He's not guiding a nation, he's shrinking while the people rally behind their king. Here's the harsh reality. This is no longer merely a political scandal, it is a public revolt. The monarchy has re-emerged as a symbol of unity and Starmer stands on the wrong side of history. His remarks have awakened something primal within the British public, a fierce emotional defense of tradition, loyalty, and identity. And once that flame is lit, no politician can extinguish it. The crowds are swelling, the polls are collapsing, the outrage is spreading. Westminster has witnessed scandal, betrayal, and downfall before, but never of this magnitude. As the storm outside grows louder, inside Parliament, the knives are finally unsheathed. Keir Starmer, once praised as the figure who would guide Labour into a new era, is now a political ghost, wandering the halls of power. The only question remaining is not if he falls, but how soon. Behind closed doors, Labour's civil war has erupted in plain view. An uprising is ripping the party apart from top to bottom. More than 40 Labour MPs have now joined the damage control WhatsApp group, openly scheming their leader's removal. Messages are leaking hourly, each one more devastating than the last. Veteran MP Diane Abbott was overheard remarking, "In 40 years, I've never seen a leader torch his career this quickly. He's destroyed us all." Other MPs are already debating succession. Angela Rayner's name is whispered as the likely heir. David Lammy is floated as a safe pair of hands, and even Ed Miliband, dragged back from political exile, is mentioned as a temporary figure to steady the ship. Starmer has become poisonous, and Labour knows it. Inside the cabinet, the betrayal cuts even deeper. Ministers once loyal to Starmer are flaking away like paint in a storm. Transport Secretary Louise Hay is on the brink of resignation, openly sobbing after yet another furious clash with the PM. Chancellor Rachel Reeves, long considered Starmer's right hand, has disappeared from the media entirely, a silence many interpret as preparation to abandon ship. And Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner is working the phones, meeting MPs, quietly stitching together the coalition that could make her the next leader. The coup is no longer whispered. It is being drafted in real time. Starmer, desperate to cling to power, has doubled down in arrogance. In a late-night meeting, he reportedly screamed at his ministers, "I will not bow to a king. Britain is a democracy, not a monarchy." But the words landed like a death sentence. One cabinet member confided, "That's it." He fails to comprehend. He is not defending democracy. He is striking at the very foundation of Britain. He has lost his grip on reality. With every word Starmer utters, he digs his grave deeper. Meanwhile, the king has delivered his statement and withdrawn into silence. It is a masterstroke. By speaking no further, Charles allows the fury of the people to do his work for him. Each passing hour of royal quiet makes Starmer's defiance appear smaller, weaker, and more pitiful. Constitutional scholars call it a political chess match the king is winning without lifting a finger. The strain is now unbearable. Polls reveal Labour collapsing across every region. 1 safe seats in the north are hemorrhaging support to Reform UK, where Nigel Farage is casting himself as the true guardian of tradition. The Conservatives, under Kemi Badenoch, circle like sharks, already shaping an election strategy around one simple line: Labour cannot be trusted with Britain. Foreign voices are entering too. Officials in Canada and Australia have declared they stand with the monarchy, not the Prime Minister. The Commonwealth watches Britain's humiliation unfold, while allies who once praised Starmer now whisper about his instability. The nation's global standing is sinking alongside its leader, and then comes the final blow. Rumors of a no-confidence vote echo through Westminster's corridors. Senior Labour MPs, once terrified of division, now openly demand Starmer's head. Backbenchers are filing letters urging his resignation. The countdown has begun. Will Starmer resign in disgrace? Will his own MPs topple him? Or will the king's silence squeeze until he shatters completely? One thing is certain, Starmer's downfall will be historic. He will be remembered not as the man who renewed Labour, but as the Prime Minister who waged war on the monarchy and lost everything. His arrogance has cost him his career, his party, and perhaps even the future of Labour itself. And through it all, King Charles stands firm, quiet, steady, and unshaken. The monarchy has weathered scandal after scandal. Why?